Oh, hello, and welcome to Alexa Does Romance, where I tell you, wow, my brain just like gave up there for a second, where I tell you about a romance novel I read. Yay! Oh, wow. All right, so the book I would like to tell you about today is 40 Love by Olivia Dade. Number one, can we talk about how cute this cover is? This is a cute one. I like adore it. I love the little cutie cute, like little smirky smirks they're giving each other. Like, and I love like the casual, like, I'm just leaning on the tennis net. And then he's like, hey. And she's like, hey. Anyway, I really like this cover. So this story is about Tess and Lucas. And Tess is the assistant principal of Marysburg High School in Virginia, and she's on vacation. So she took 2 weeks off in the summer to go on a girls' trip with her best friend Belle, and they're staying at a resort off an island off the coast of Florida. And they're there to celebrate, their friendship. They haven't seen each other in a while, and also to celebrate Tess's 40th birthday. Very fun. So Lucas is 26, so watch out, age gap. And Lucas is a former tennis pro that's kind of down on his luck right now, and he was able to get a job though at this resort as the tennis instructor. So he's kind of in between things. He doesn't know quite what he wants to do with his life now that he can't play tennis anymore due to some injuries. So he's like, you know what, I'll go, teach and kind of hang out here and see what's going on. So, how they meet is awesome. I love a good story where they meet in kind of like a ridiculous way and then it's like a beautiful love story. I'm like a sucker for those. So they have a really cute meet cute. So what happens is that Tess, she keeps waking up really early every morning because her internal clock's just used to getting up early for work. So she wakes up one morning, Belle's still asleep, and she's like, you know what, I'm going to go out to the beach. I'm going to enjoy the water. There won't be many people there. It'll be really nice and relaxing. So she goes out to the ocean. She's kind of like paddling around, having a good time. And her bikini top keeps like digging in and being really uncomfortable. And she's like, oh, I kind of need to adjust it. So she dips down in the water and unhooks it and is like trying to mess with it. And then a huge wave comes and totally like rips her bikini away. So, uh-oh. There's a topless assistant principal in the ocean. Oh no! So of course she's like freaking out because she's topless and she's like, oh my gosh, we live in a puritanical society. I cannot be caught topless out here right now. And then of course, cue the children. A group of kids start showing up to the beach and poor Tess is out there topless. So she's looking around, she's trying to figure out what to do, and then she sees this like super hot guy also like chilling in the water, and she's like, hey, hot guy, can you please come help me? And he's like, all right. So he kind of paddles over to her and he's like, uh-oh. And she's like, yeah, I'm topless. And then she starts freaking out because these kids are getting closer and she doesn't know what to do. So in a panicked moment, she jumps onto his back, like on a piggyback ride in the ocean, and hangs onto him so that his body is like covering her top. It's that man's lucky day. And that man's name is Lucas. So they meet in this ridiculous way, and eventually her friend Belle shows up, and he, like manages to help her like get a towel, and Tess like gets out of the ocean, and they're like, whew. So Belle is talking to Tess and is like, do you like play tennis? And Tess is like, well, I mean, I play tennis like a little bit, but like not a lot. And like, why do you ask? And Belle's like, me. But Belle is an awesome friend, and she realized that Lucas is the tennis instructor at the resort. Tess has no idea. So as a birthday gift, Belle buys Tess a bunch of private tennis lessons. Smart girl. So then Tess is like, well, that's really weird, but okay. So Tess shows up to her first tennis lesson, walks up there, and is like, it's Lucas. And Lucas is like, oh, it's topless woman from the beach. So they like get to know each other better, and over the course of 2 weeks while she's on vacation, they learn a lot about each other and they fall in love. Spoiler alert. But it's a really great story, and just like a really fun read. If you need a really fun escape, I think we all do. But if you need a really good escape novel, this is wonderful because it's two people on a tropical island. She's on vacation. She doesn't have to really worry about work. It's just like all that goodness. And then both Tess and Lucas are just wonderful characters. Like, I just love them both so much. They're both so smart and talented and so caring and kind. And it was just like so fun to get to spend time with them. Also, if you've never read an Olivia Dade book, I highly recommend a bunch of them. I went on like a spree where I read a bunch in a row, and she writes just like really beautiful stories where the characters have such a wonderful mutual respect for each other, and they really try to bring out the best in the other person, and they're also very encouraging and just like very kind and loving. And that seems to be like a through line with her books that I so love. It's just so nice to read such, I don't know, like stories about like such supportive couples, if that makes sense. Oh, and also all of her female main characters are plus size. So that's always really great to have more of that representation in romance novels as well. Yay. So if you like age gap, people on vacation, hot guy, tennis, then this is definitely the book for you. Oh, and also, Lucas, really quick, if you're out there, I own a tennis racket. I've used it twice. I would love to get private lessons from you. No like disrespect to Tess. Like, you're wonderful, you're great, I love you. But like, can you spare Lucas for a moment? Oh, anyway. Well, I hope you enjoy 40 Love by Olivia Dade. Out of the park!